So instead of simply saying that the movie was interesting, you can say the movie was thought provoking. If that movie made you to reflect, okay? Hello and welcome or welcome back to English with Berenice. Thank you so much for coming back. Did you know that sometimes you as an English language learner or an English language speaker feel that your English is not good enough simply because you make use of common words all the time? Sometimes you just need to make use of the alternative and you feel great about your English. Mind you, those alternatives often communicate the intended message clearly and effectively than the common word. So in today's video, we are going to level up our English by looking at the alternatives of the words interesting and beautiful. We're going to see when you can use those alternatives to communicate your intended message clearly and effectively. Welcome back. We are going to start with the word interesting. And when we say that something is interesting, we mean that that thing is capable of catching one's attention. Okay? The first alternative for the word interesting is thought-provoking. Thought-provoking. This adjective is used to describe a situation or a thing that makes you think deeply, that makes you to reflect, okay? It provokes a reflection. So instead of simply saying that the movie was interesting, you can say the movie was thought-provoking. If that movie made you to reflect, okay? Another example, your ideas on climate change are thought-provoking. Your ideas are thought-provoking. The second alternative that you can use instead of interesting is gripping. Gripping. When we describe something or a situation as gripping, we mean that that thing or that situation is capable of holding one's attention 100%. You cannot focus on any other thing but that thing. You find yourself giving 100% attention to that thing. We can describe such a thing or such a situation as gripping. If you don't want to say gripping, you can use the adjective captivating. So captivating can be used to describe the same situation as gripping, okay? Something that holds your attention 100%, all right? The next adjective that can be used instead of interesting is fascinating. Fascinating. And this adjective is used to say that something or someone or a situation is extremely interesting. So we can have a fascinating book, a fascinating movie, a fascinating person, a fascinating place, a fascinating story, okay? Fascinating, extremely interesting. The next alternative or synonym for interesting is compelling. Compelling. What does this mean? We describe something as compelling if that thing evokes an irresistible admiration for it. If that thing is capable of evoking an irresistible admiration for it, sometimes in an unusual way, okay? For example, the game was strangely compelling. The game was strangely compelling. Her eyes are strangely compelling. You do not expect that the eyes will be so irresistible, but strangely they are. Pleasant is another alternative that we can use to say that something is interesting. Pleasant. It is used to say that something is very interesting. Something is very good, very interesting, okay? We therefore can have a thought-provoking book, a gripping or a captivating book, a fascinating book, a compelling book, a pleasant book, okay? These are some of the adjectives or synonyms or alternatives that you can use instead of interesting. Now let us move on to the word beautiful. When we describe something as beautiful, we mean that that thing is pleasing to the senses. It could be to the eyes, to the mind, to the ears, or to any of the senses. We describe such a thing as beautiful. But the word beautiful has been exaggeratedly used. So these are some of the alternatives that we can use in place of beautiful, okay? The first alternative that we can use instead of beautiful is eye-catching. Eye-catching. And when we describe something as eye-catching, we mean that we enjoy looking at that thing. If you don't want to say eye-catching, you can use the alternative spectacular. These adjectives are used to talk about the same thing. They are used to describe the same situation, okay? So you can either say eye-catching or spectacular. They describe effectively the same thing, okay? For example, the mountain was nothing but spectacular this morning. The second alternative or adjective or synonym that can be used instead of beautiful is breathtaking. Breathtaking. Note that breathe with an E is a verb, which means to inhale and to exhale. The other word, breath, without an E is a noun, and it describes the full cycle of breathing, the full cycle of taking in air and sending out air. Now let's go back to our breathtaking. And breathtaking is used to describe something that is so beautiful such that it takes one's breath away. It is so beautiful such that it takes your breath away. Breathtaking. Our next alternative for this word beautiful is striking. Striking. And we use striking to describe something that is unusually beautiful. It is so beautiful that it got your attention. Her beauty is striking. Our next alternative is magnificent. Magnificent. Magnificent is used to describe something that is capable of leaving a beautiful impression. Simply, it is impressive and beautiful. Impressive and beautiful. If you don't want to use magnificent, you can use stunning. Stunning, which means attractive and impressive. Something that is very attractive and can leave a beautiful impression. Stunning. Other alternatives for the word beautiful include exquisite. Exquisite, which means extremely beautiful. Extremely beautiful. For example, that was an exquisite presentation. Next, we have majestic. Majestic, which means beautiful and powerful. Beautiful and powerful. The ceremony was majestic, beautiful and powerful. The next adjective is splendid. Splendid, which means extremely good, beautiful and impressive. It is extremely good, it is beautiful, and it is impressive, splendid. Note that we use this adjective beautiful to talk about a person if the person is a woman or a girl. If it's a woman or a girl, we use the adjective beautiful, or we can say gorgeous. When talking about a man, we use the adjective handsome, okay? Handsome. And for both, we can use the adjectives good looking or attractive, or some of those adjectives we have already seen, okay? So we can have an eye-catching or a spectacular mountain, a breathtaking building, a striking attire, a stunning or a magnificent outfit, an exquisite restaurant, a majestic monument, a splendid vacation, a gorgeous woman, and a handsome man. Also remember that the adjectives are not limited to these examples, okay? I hope you are going to make use of these alternatives in your day-to-day conversations and communication, okay? Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe to my channel if this is your first time on this channel, and also give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.